alone.
Once.
Every 100 years!
My mouth opens,
and the echo of my voice moves mournfully across the barren earth.
You creatures of the swamp cannot hear me. Born in mud at sunset, you flit across the lake till dawn. Unaware, unmindful, untouched by warming breath of life.
Satan, father of eternal matter, afraid the spark of life might glow in sets in motion the atoms that to shift and change forever. I alone am constant and unchanging. In my savage battle with Satan, the father of all matters, victory shall be mine! But this will happen very slowly, after many eons, when the moon, the earth, and shining Sirius itself return to dust. Till then, all is horror, horror, horror.
Yes, in books, but not in the real world. Look at me, for example. My mother, my two sisters, my little brother, and I, we all have to survive on my salary of 23 rubles a month. We have to eat and drink. You want us to go without tea or sugar or tobacco? Is that what you want?
The play will start soon.
Yes. Nina is acting in Konstantin's play. They love each other, and tonight, their two souls will come together on this stage. There is no place where our two souls could meet. I love you. At home, I can't stand it. I have to be with you. Every day I walk here 6 miles and back, and I get from you nothing. Why should you want me? I'm so poor, and my family's a mess.
Not that. I like your affection. I just can't return it. You want some?
No, thanks.
It's getting damp. There'll be a storm tonight. For you, the worst thing that can happen is to be poor. I'd rather be a beggar in rags than... You don't understand.
It doesn't suit me. I'll never get used to it. Last night, I slept for 11 hours. And when I finally woke up, it was as if my brain had stuck to my skull. Even so, I managed to nod off after dinner. And now I'm just exhausted. It's a nightmare.
Well, you should be living in town. We'll call you when the play starts, friends, but you can't be here right now. Go away.
Masha, please, tell your father not to chain the dog tonight. My sister couldn't sleep at all last night.
Tell him yourself.
Because of the howling.
Sorry, I can't.
What? But...
Let us know when the play starts.
Well, but then the dog will howl all night again. Oh, always like this here. I've never been able to live how I want here. When I was working, I would come every summer for a month here to relax and rest. After one day here, I couldn't wait to get back. And now that I'm retired, this is my home. I have to live here. There's no place else to go.
Now this is a theater. There's no artificial scenery. Yeah, I go straight to the lake and the horizon. Play's gonna start at 8:30, just as the moon starts to rise.
It's magnificent, Oscar.
But this whole effect is gonna be ruined if Nina is late. She should be here by now. Her father and her stepmother, they watch her like hawks. It's like breaking out of prison every time she leaves home. Your hair and your beard are a mess. You need to trim.
Oh, a tragedy of my life, my boy. Even as a kid, I looked like an alcoholic. I was born with the face of a drunk. I was. Why is my sister so angry today?
Why? Because she's jealous and bored. Because it'll be Nina on stage tonight, not her. And so she hopes it goes badly. Well, she hates my play. She hasn't even read it.
Really? You think?
No, I know. She's angry because it will be Nina's triumph tonight, not hers. I mean, my mother is a fascinating psychological specimen. She's so gifted. She's truly brilliant. She's extremely well read. She can recite all of Tolstoy's poems by heart, and she's an angel when it comes to caring for the sick. But God help you if you praise Duza in her presence. No. She alone has to be the star. You've got to say how marvelous she was as Camille. But out here in the country, nobody cares about nonsense like that. Drives her crazy. She takes it out on us. And she's superstitious. She never burns 3 candles. She dreads the 13th day of the month. And she is so stingy. I know for a fact she has 70,000 in a bank in Odessa, but you ask her for a kopeck, she bursts into tears.
Just put it in your head that your mother hates your play, you're upset. Calm down. Your mother adores you.
She loves me. She loves me not. She loves me. She loves me not. You see, my mother doesn't love me. And why should she? She needs the whole world to see her as young and alive and in love. And I pose this problem. I'm this constant reminder that she's no longer young. When I'm not around, she's only 35. And when I am, she's... She hates me for it. And she knows that I just loathe and despise her kind of theater. She thinks it's her gift. That it's some kind of mission to mankind, but it's conventional and boring. I mean, yet again, the curtain goes up in a room with 3 walls where yet again we see people eating and drinking, walking around, loving, wearing coats, and yet again, it's the same familiar lines with this tidy little moral thrown in. It's the same old stuff. I want to run like Maupassant ran from the Eiffel Tower.
We need the theater.
If it's a new kind of theater, yes, but it's better to have none than what we have now. I love my mother. I really do, but her life is so shallow. If she's not worrying about what the reviewers will say, she's wondering about that man of hers. It's exhausting. I know it's selfish of me, but I wish she weren't a famous actress. I'd be much happier if she were just an ordinary woman. Uncle, it's awful. I'm the only non-entity in her circle. All of her friends are famous artists and writers. And they only put up with me because I'm her son. I'm a nobody. No money, no brains. My passport will tell you I was born in Kyiv, just like my father, but he was an actor. And I've made no mark. All of her celebrity friends, I know what they're thinking. What a nothing I am. It's so humiliating.
I was wondering, my boy, if you could tell me anything about this Trigorin. He's a mystery to me. Doesn't say much.
He's polite, down to earth. Well-meaning, and what's the word? Melancholic. Not yet 40. He's already famous. And as for his stories, they're nice. Oh, he has talent, but he's not a Tolstoy. Not even a Zola.
I must tell you, my boy.
I really admire writers. There was a time where I wanted 2 things in life. To be married
and to be a writer. Well, that did happen. Still, would have been fun even to have been a mediocre writer.
Someone's coming. I can't live without her. Even the sound of her footsteps is like music to me. My muse!
Oh, please don't let me be late.
No.
I was in such a panic all day. I was so afraid that my father would keep me from coming. But my father and my stepmother finally left the house. Clear skies! Oh, the moon is rising. I raced to get here. I drove my horse as fast as it would go. It's so good to see you.
But your eyes. Oh, no, you've been crying. No, you mustn't do that.
Okay, I'm fine. We have to start. I have to get back in half an hour. No, don't ask me to stay. My father doesn't know that I'm here.
You're right, we do have to start.
No,
I'm gonna get the audience.
No, let me do it. I'll go right away. We You know, I was singing that song one day, and a fellow lawyer said to me, "You have a powerful voice, Your Excellency." And then he thought a bit, and he added, "Powerful and irritating."
My father and my stepmother have forbidden me to come here. They call this place Gomorrah. I mean, they're just so afraid that I'll turn into an actress. But I'm just drawn here. Like seagulls to the lake. Oh. You make my heart so full.
We're alone.
I thought I heard...
No.
What kind of a tree is that?
An elm.
Why is it so dark?
It's night. Everything looks darker. Don't go back right away, I beg you, please.
I must.
Well, what if I follow you? If I stand underneath your window all night looking up at you from the garden?
It wouldn't work. The watchman would see you. And a treasurer doesn't know you yet and would bark.
I love you.
Hush. Go back. Put on your galoshes. It's getting damp.
Oh, it's hot.
You never take care of yourself. You're a doctor. You know it's not good for you, the damp air. You enjoy seeing me suffer. Last night you stayed out on the terrace all evening. You did it on purpose.
Tell me not, my youth was wasted.
You were so mesmerized by what Madame Arkadina was saying, you didn't even notice how cold it was getting. Admit it. You like her.
55 years old.
That's nothing. That's not old for a man. Besides, you've kept your good looks, and women still find you attractive.
And your point is?
Why is it all men worship actresses?
No artists deserve the fuss made over them. It's not like they're shopkeepers, we're just paying tribute to their excellence.
Is that what women do when they throw themselves on you? Are they paying tribute to excellence?
I don't know about that, but I've always had good relations with women. They liked me because I was an excellent doctor. And you have to remember, I was the only decent doctor in these parts, and I always acted honorably.
Darling.
What are you doing? Get backstage. Are you nervous?
Yes, very. I mean, not so much of your mother as I am of Trigorin. I'm so frightened and nervous to perform in front of him. He's so famous. Is he young? His stories are so beautiful.
I have never read them, so I couldn't tell you.
This play of yours is very hard to act in. I mean, there are no real people in it.
Real people? Life should be shown not as it is, but as it might be. As it is in dreams.
Hey, but nothing happens in it. It's just a long speech. It's not a play. And there's no love in it. I mean, a play, it should have love in it.
You played through the top of 73.
Whatever happened to Sorin the comedian? He was brilliant as Rasputin. Better than Sadovsky. Where is he now?
Well, how should I know?
You know, these actors that you mentioned, antediluvians, way before my time.
Pavel Shadin, one of the gods. Today, mere mortals inhabit the stage.
Yeah, I have to agree. Far fewer geniuses working today, but I believe the level of acting overall has risen.
Well, I disagree. Anyway, it comes down to taste. The gustibus at beni at nil.
We waiting, dear heart.
Just 1 minute. 1 minute.
Hamlet, my son, speak no more. Thou turnst my eyes into my very soul, and there I see such black and grain spots as will not leave their tinct.
Nay, but to live in the rank sweat of an seamed bed, stewed in corruption, honeying and making love over the nasty sty. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. The play is about to begin. I begin. O ye ancient mists, spread across the surface of this lake, cloud o'er our eyes with sleep. Show us that which will be in twice 100,000 years.
It won't be anything in twice 100,000 years.
Then show us that nothingness.
Yes, please, wherefore this?
All men and beasts, lions, eagles, quails, horned stags, geese, spiders, silent fish that dwell within the waves, starfish from the sea, and creatures invisible to the eye. In short, life, all life, has died out at last. 1,000 years have passed since the earth last held a living creature to her breast, and the silent moon now lights her lamp in vain. No longer can be heard the cry of loons on water's edge, or the drone of beetles in the grove of limes. All is cold, cold, cold. All is empty, empty, empty. All is terrible, terrible, terrible. The bodies of all living creatures have turned to dust, and the great world spirit has turned that dust to stone and water and sky. And all of these things flow into me, the one great world soul.
This is symbolism, right?
I am the spirit of Alexander, of Napoleon and Caesar, of Shakespeare, and lowly leech that swims. In me, the mind of man. All life lives in me again. I am alone. Once every 100 years, my mouth opens, and the echo of my voice moves mournfully across a barren earth. You insects of the swarm cannot hear me.
Stairs to nowhere, couldn't you?
Born in mud at sunset, and flit across the lake till dawn. Unaware, unmindful, untouched by the warming breath of life. Satan, the father of all
You've
matter.
taken off your hat. Put it back on. You'll
Praise
fall.
Be quiet, please.
I'm sorry.
The atoms that
Play's over! Oh, look, I'm so sorry. I forgot that only a chosen few can write plays or act in them. I violated the inner sanctum.
What is the matter with him?
You mustn't be so harsh on him. He has his pride.
What did I say?
You humiliated him.
But he was the one who said it wasn't serious, so that's how I treated it.
Well, all the same.
Well, apparently, we've just witnessed a masterpiece. I mean, really. This wasn't entertainment. This was a lecture with bad stares and monkeys and creatures and how to act and write in plays. I am so sick of him. His constant attacks. He's just a self-indulgent, angry child.
He was only trying to please you.
Really? Then why were we subject to that symbolist rant? And opening our eyes to a new form of theatre? That's not new. That's just Spite.
We all have to write with a personal style.
Fine, let him write with his style, but don't force me to watch it.
Thou art angry, old Joe.
I am not Jove, I am a woman. Ooh.
Jeez.
And I'm not angry, I'm just sad. Seeing a young man wasting his time. I wasn't trying to hurt him.
Yeah, actually, there's no evidence to support that the soul is separate from matter. The soul could very well be a collection of atoms. You know, you should write a play about a school teacher and put that on the stage. It really is such a hard life.
I'm sure it is, but let's not talk about that. It's such a lovely night. Listen! Music! How sweet the sound!
Yes, they're playing from across the lake.
Come sit here with me. You know, 10 or 15 years ago, we had music and singing on this lake almost every single night. There were only 6 houses on the lake back then, and it was just one big, never-ending party with music and singing and shouting and laughter and love affairs, of course. And the center of attention, the idol of them all, was this man here, Dr. Evgeny Dorn. He is remarkable now, but then he was, irresistible. My conscience. Why did I hurt him? Kostya?
You want me to go and find her? Konstantin! Konstantin! Konstantin!
Bravo!
Bravo! I guess we're not going to finish the play, so I'll go home now. Good night.
Oh, what a charming performance. You are so beautiful, and you have that lovely voice. You shouldn't bury your talents out here in the country, my dear. You simply must go on stage. Do you hear me?
Well, that's my dream, but it'll never happen, though.
Who knows? It might. Well, let me introduce you to Boris Trigorin.
It's such an honor meeting you. I have read everything you've ever written.
Oh, you don't have to be nervous. Not with him. He's just an ordinary human being. He may be a celebrity, but he doesn't act like one. You see, he's embarrassed too.
It's an odd play, isn't it?
Very. I can't say that I understood it all, but I enjoyed you. You committed so fully to it. Of course, the scenery was very authentic. I bet there's a lot of fish in that lake.
Yeah, there are.
I love fishing. I can't think of anything I'd rather do than be on a lake in the evening, a rod in my hand and my eyes resting on a floating cork.
But it's not very exciting compared to the thrill of creation.
God, don't say that. You mentioned he's writing, he goes all silent.
You know, I once saw the great Silva sing in the opera house in Moscow. How thrilling it was when he took the low C. A member of our local choir boomed out from his seat in the balcony. Bravo, Silva, a whole octave lower, like this. Bravo, bravo, lower. Bravo, Silva. The audience was in shock.
The angel of silence has flown over our heads.
I have to go.
Where? Why so late? We won't let you go.
My father's waiting up for me.
He's a monster, a monster. I guess we can't keep you. It's just torture letting you go.
I hate that I have to leave
We'll
you.
get someone to take you home.
Oh, no, that's okay.
Please don't go.
Oh, I'm
No, just 1 hour more, that's all. Really, come on now.
No, really, I can't.
The poor girl, apparently her mother left the entire fortune to her husband, and now he has gone and willed everything to the second wife, and the girl gets nothing. I mean, it's tragic.
I know my father is not a nice man.
Shouldn't be getting down. My legs hurt.
Oh, they've stiffened up, you poor old dear.
Let me, madame.
Here's that dog again. Shamrayev, please, do not chain the dog tonight.
Need him chained to guard the barn. It's full of millet. There might be thieves. A whole octave lower. Can you imagine this? And he wasn't a professional. He was just a regular member of our local choir.
Well, how much do those singers make, the members of the choir? Because I'm looking for something different. You should.
I may be suffering from impaired judgment, but I have to say I like the play. It had something, that refrain. I am alone. Alone. It gave me goosebumps. So fresh and innocent. Oh, I hear him coming. Let me think of something nice to say.
Is everybody gone?
I'm here.
Masha's been yelling for me all over the place. It's so annoying.
Konstantin, I thought your play was wonderful. Yes, it was strange. We didn't get to see the end of it, but it made a real impression on me. You are a talented young man, huh? You really must pursue this. Oh my God, I'm crying. All right. Look, you choose to write about abstract ideas. You were right to do so. But all art must have at its core a lofty idea, and ideas can be beautiful, but only if they're serious in nature.
Are you saying that I should keep at it?
Yes, but stick to the deep and lasting truths. I'm a happy man. I've had a good life. But if I could experience what an artist feels at the moment of creation, I would shuffle off this mortal coil and let my soul dance with the stars. And another thing, when you write, you mustn't lose sight of that idea, because if you do lose sight of it, you will lose yourself, and no amount of talent can save you.
Where is Nina?
She's gone home.
Gone home. What am I supposed to do?
Wait.
My mother says to come in, Konstantin. She's waiting. She's upset.
Will you just please stop following me around? Just don't come near me. Leave me alone.
Stop acting like this.
Bye, doctor. And thank you.
Youth.
That's an intelligent thing to say.
That's disgusting. I hear music coming from the house. I should be getting back.
Wait a minute. I want to talk to you. I need to talk to you. I can't talk to my father, but with you somehow. I have a connection. Help me. Help me. Or else I'll do something stupid. I'll ruin my life. I can't go on like this anymore. It hurts so bad, I can't. It's too much.
What is it? How can I help?
I love Konstantin.
Oh my God, you've all gone crazy. Crazy with love. It's a magical lake. And it's cast its spell on you. But what can I do, child? What can I do? What?
Money came with long problems. Shit got me like hell nah. Ask me what I'm doing with my life and shit to tell y'all. That they selling these though. We don't really need those. Rather burn some false, smoke some powder off some clean folks. I'll be rolling dollar papers, crushing bread and breed those. I don't think I feel those. He ain't really coming back. Put that on my soul. She ain't never get a summer back. Acting like you really want it, boy, you get it laid down.
Get up, Masha. You are what, 22? I am almost twice your age. Doctor? Who looks younger?
You.
See? And you know why that is? Because I live my life every minute of every day. My heart and my mind never stop working. But you don't do anything. You don't live your life. I have one rule that I live by. Never think about the future. I never think about death or dying. I accept what each day brings.
My life has no future. It's what endless past which trails behind me like a scarf in the wind. Most days I wish it would end, this life. It's foolish to listen to that voice, though.
And I make every effort to look good at all times. I'm stylishly dressed, well-groomed, not a hair out of place. I never let myself go like some people do. I've kept my good looks. I mean, I could play girl at 15.
Be that. We should probably get back to our book. Where were we? With the grain merchant and the rats.
Quite right.
So, when we begin to talk about writers,
My turn. When society puts writers on a pedestal, it's as dangerous as when grain merchants fill their granaries with rats. People love writers, though, so when a woman wants to capture the heart of a writer, she traps him with flattery and gifts. That may be true in France, but not here in Russia. We're not so calculating. I mean, we fall in love before we try to win them. I mean, look at me and Trigorin, for example.
A wonderful time today. Father and stepmother have gone away for 3 old days.
I'm so happy. I'm all yours.
Isn't she pretty?
Oh, such a pretty dress. She looks adorable. But that's enough compliments for today. We mustn't flatter her. It's bad luck. Where's Boris?
She's fishing from the dock.
It's a wonder he doesn't find it boring.
What are you reading?
On the Water by Maupassant. Oh, it's just stupid. I'm worried about my son. I mean, what is the matter with him? Why is he so distant, so apart? Like, I hardly ever see him. He's always on the water.
He's unhappy. Maybe you could do something from his play.
Really? I mean, it's not very good.
Oh, but when he recites, he has a haunted look, and his voice is so soft and beautiful, like a poet.
Petya? Are you asleep?
I don't think so.
Brother dear, you really do need to try to live a healthier life.
Roger, health at the age of 65 is the height of folly.
Maybe 65, but I'm not dead yet.
Should I make you some chamomile tea as well?
A trip to the spa for the mineral baths would do him good.
He could do that, yes or not. It makes little difference.
What do you mean?
I think it's obvious.
You should stop smoking.
That is ridiculous.
Now that is not ridiculous. Alcohol, tobacco, it alters the personality. You have a cigar, a bit of vodka. You're no longer Pyotr Nikolaev Sorin. You're you plus something else. Begin to think of yourself in the third person, you lose all sense of self.
So easy for you to pass judgments. You've had a wonderful life, filled with adventures. But I spent 28 years slaving for the Justice Department. I have never lived my life. You've lived yours every day, which is why you can philosophize. Well, I want to live, which is why I drink my wine with dinner, and I smoke my damn cigars.
You have to admit, worrying about your health at this age and your misspent youth is, pardon me for saying, silly.
Must be lunchtime. My foot's asleep.
She'll be having another drink before lunch.
Because she's unhappy, poor thing.
It's no excuse.
It's so easy for you to criticize. You've had everything in life.
Oh, life in the country is so deliciously uneventful. I mean, all we do is sit around and talk. It's pleasant. Friends. But I would rather, far rather, be by myself in a hotel room learning lines.
Oh, I know. I would love that too.
Yes, you're much better off in town, yeah. But first you have the telephone, so you don't have to see everyone. And you have carriages that you can take you anywhere you want to go, etc., etc.
How are you all? So excellent to see you looking so well. My wife tells me that you mean to go to town with her this afternoon, is that right?
That's the plan, yes.
Well, that sounds like fun, but how do you intend to get there? We're haying the field today, madame. What horses were you thinking of taking?
What horses? How would I know what horses?
Why don't you take the carriage horses?
What if you take the carriage horses? The carriage horses! And what am I fighting horses? This is lunacy! my dear madame. You are a great actress. I would gladly give you 10 years of my life. I cannot spare any horses today.
I absolutely had to go to town. Are you telling me that you couldn't get me a horse? I mean, this is unbelievable.
I have no idea, madame, what it takes to run a farm. No idea.
Never changes. If this is how you are going to be, I will go to Moscow today. You can get me a carriage from the village.
If that's how you're going to be, you can get yourself a new manager.
Who's going to think he is? You bring back the horses at once, right now!
She's a famous actress. I mean, whatever she wants is far more important than farm work.
What can I do about it? Well, put yourself in my position. What can I do?
Go and try to find my sister and convince her to stay.
No.
That man, he's impossible. He's a tyrant.
But we'll help you. This is just so terrible.
Yes, it is. But he won't leave. I'll have a word with him.
TV is so tiresome and extreme. They should have fired your husband years ago. Just come back and apologize, like always.
He sent the carriage horses into the fields too. Every day, one thing or another. Makes me sick. He's so crude. Look at me, I'm shaking. Yevgeny, my precious, my darling, please take me away from all of this. We're no longer young, but let's stop pretending. Stop hiding.
No, I'm 55 years old. I can't.
You have other women. You don't want to give them up. I'm sorry. I see that I'm annoying you.
I don't mind.
I'm so jealous. You're a doctor. Of course you have to see other women.
How's everyone in the house?
Well, she's crying and her brother's having an asthma attack.
Maybe we should make them some chamomile tea.
Here, these are for you.
What pretty flowers. Give them to me. Give me those flowers.
It is so strange to see a famous actress crying and over such a trivial thing. And it's so strange too, this famous writer, and all that he wants to do is fish. Wildly popular, translated into many languages with articles written about him all the time, and he's just thrilled if he catches a couple of stupid fish. I mean, I always thought that famous people were set apart from the rest of us, aloof and vain, and that they despised us for idolizing them. But it turns out that they cry and get angry and play cards, just like anybody else.
Just some here.
Yes. What is that supposed to mean?
I've been bad. I destroyed the skull. I laid it at your feet.
What is going on with you?
This is how I'm gonna end my life.
I don't know who you are anymore.
I don't know who you are anymore. You're not my friend. You're cold. When I'm around, you'd like to disappear.
But you're always angry. You're so moody. You talk in symbols. I mean, I'm sorry, but I just don't get it.
It all happened that night. My play failed so spectacularly. Women never forgive failure. Well, I burned the manuscript. Every page. Oh, if you only knew how painful this is to me. Your coldness to me, it's like I awoke and found the lake had dried up. You say you don't understand me. What is there to understand? You hated my play. You don't believe I have talent. You think I'm a mediocrity. That's what you see when you look at me. It's not hard to understand. It's like a nail hammered into my brain. Oh, there he is. The real genius, like Hamlet. Words, words, words. He's the sun. He warns you. You smile. Your eyes turn liquid in his beams. I won't disturb you.
Takes snuff, drinks vodka, always wears black. Loved by a school teacher.
Hi there.
Hello. Apparently something's come up, and it looks like we're leaving today. We probably won't be seeing each other again. I'm sorry about that. It's not often I meet a pretty young girl like you. I can't even begin to remember what it's like to be 19. That's probably why the young girls in my stories are not fleshed out. I'd like to be you, even for just 1 hour. See the world through your eyes. Find out who you are.
And I should like to be you.
Why?
Well, to find out what it's like to be famous. What is it like? How does it make you feel?
Feel? Well, I don't think it makes me feel anything. I think you think I'm more famous than I really am.
But they write about you in the paper.
Yes, and if they say nice things, I feel lucky. And if they criticize me, I guess I get a little moody for a couple days.
You live such a wonderful life. I'm so envious. I mean, fate just treats people so differently. I mean, there are those who have to drag themselves through a miserable life without any purpose or meaning, and then there are those the white ones. Like you, for instance, whose lives are exciting. You're just so lucky.
Lucky? Fate? These are just words, and they mean as much to me as candies, which I never eat. You were very young, and you're very nice.
Your life is so wonderful.
What is wonderful about it? I'm sorry. I have to get back to my writing. I have to go now. You have stepped on my blister. I think that's the phrase, and it's left me feeling a bit anxious and prickly. So let's talk about this wonderful life of mine, shall we? Some men are prisoners of obsessions that haunt them. A man may obsess on the moon, for example, stare at the moon, etc., etc. Well, I have my own moon. I am in the grip of one all-consuming thought. I have to be writing. All the time. Writing. I finish one book, I have to start on another, and then another, and another, and I can't stop myself. Does that sound like a wonderful life to you? Sounds pretty crazy to me. An unfinished story demands my attention, pulls me away from this sweet conversation. You see that cloud? Looks like a grand piano to me, so I make a note, cloud like a piano. I have to use that in a story someday. Or heliotrope, I smell sickly smell. It's a color worn by widows, so I have to use that next time I describe a summer night. See, I find ideas for stories in snatches of our conversation. And I store all of these nuggets in my literary chest, hoping that someday I'll get a chance to use them. And when I finish a piece, I seek oblivion in a trip to the theater or a little bit of fishing. But all too soon, yet another idea for a new story starts rolling around my brain like a cannonball, and my desk drags me back, and there's no escape. I feel like I'm consuming my own life. This is madness, no? My friends should lock me up in an asylum. And when I was young, my writing made me miserable. I was desperate to be accepted by the writers who had made it when they didn't even notice me. I felt so worthless. I felt so ashamed. I was like a gambler with no money. I didn't know my readers, but I assumed that they were critical, or at the very least, unconvinced. My fear of the public was pathological, and when my first story opened, I assumed the audience with brown eyes hated it, and those with blue eyes just found it boring. It was agony.
But what about inspiration and the thrill of creation? I mean, surely that makes you happy.
Well, the writing part is fine, and I enjoy the edit. But the moment it gets published, I begin to hate it. I never should have written it. It turns out all wrong. And I grow angry and I grow depressed. And then the public reads it and says, oh, you know, he's pretty good. He's talented, he's clever, but he's no Tolstoy. He's talented and he's clever, but Turgenev's Fathers and Sons is better. On my tombstone, they will write, here lies Trigorin. A talented writer, but nowhere near as good as Turgenev.
Well, I'm sorry, but I just can't agree with you. You've just been spoiled by success.
What success, Nina? I don't like my writing. It's not worthy of success. And yet it's all I want to do. It's like a drug. I don't know what I'm doing. I love this lake. I love these trees. I love this big blue sky. I am driven to a frenzy by it. I have to write about them. A painter of landscapes. That's how they all see me, but surely that can't be all that I am. After all, I do live in a great city. I belong to a nation whose people I love. I feel that I should write of their sorrows and dreams and science and future, the rights of man. So I write about everything, and my readers feel cheated. They need me to stick to the landscapes that they know. I'm like a fox to the hounds on my trail, and the world and its future just drifts away far beyond me, and I end up convinced I can only write landscapes. All my other attempts, they just unmask me to reveal the fraud that I am.
You're just too involved with your own work to see how good you really are. But the public knows, though. They adore you. You know, I think that if I were a famous writer like you, then I would devote myself entirely to the people of Russia. And they would send me before them in a triumphant chariot.
A chariot? Like Agamemnon?
And for the sake of being a writer or an actress, I would endure poverty or even self-doubt. But in return, I would demand to be famous. Just incredibly, spectacularly famous. Oh, whoa. I'm dizzy.
Calling, time to pass, I guess. I really don't want to go now. What have you?
Do you see that house? On the far shore.
Yes.
That was my mother's house. She died. I was born there. I lived my whole life on this lake. I know every little island on it.
It's a beautiful place to grow up. What is that?
It's a seagull. Konstantin shot it.
What a beautiful bird. I really don't want to go now. Do you think you could persuade Irina to let us stay?
What are you writing?
Nothing. Just an idea for a short story. A young girl grows up on the shores of a lake. Like you, and like you, she loves the lake and is happy and free. And then one day a man shows up and, for lack of anything better to do, destroys her. Like this gull here.
Boris, where are you?
I am coming! What?
Change of plans. We stay.
I mean it when I say that I wouldn't have lived another day if his wound had been fatal. But I am so determined. I'm going to tear this love out of my heart by the roots.
And how are you going to do that?
By marrying Medvedenko.
The school teacher?
Yes.
Do you really think that's a good idea?
You don't know what it's like to spend years and years loving someone who will never love you back. The marriage will be good for me. I mean, I won't have love, but I'll be so busy it'll keep my mind off things. How about another drink?
Don't you think you've had enough?
There's always room for one more. Don't give me that face. A lot of women drink too much. Most hide it. I don't. To your good health. You're so easy to be around. I'm gonna miss you when you're gone.
I'm gonna miss you when you're gone.
Ask her to stay then.
No, she won't stay. Not now. Her son is acting crazy. First he tries to kill himself, and now he's challenged me to a duel. But what I've done to deserve that, I have no idea. He's either sulking or he's sneering. He's this prophet for a new form of art. But surely there is room enough for all forms. Why do we have to fight?
He's jealous.
God.
It's not my business. My school teacher isn't very bright, but he's a good man and he loves me. And I feel sorry for his ancient mother. It's time I say goodbye. Think of me fondly. Have a wonderful trip. Thank you for being so kind to me. Send me your books and make sure to autograph them and make them personal. You know, to Masha, who doesn't know how she got here or why she goes on. Like that.
Odd or even?
Even.
No, it was odd. I only had one pea in my hand. I was trying to figure out if I would become a famous actress or not. I just really need some advice.
Nobody can give you that advice.
Well, you'll be leaving soon and we might never see each other again. I would like to give you something to remember me by. On the front, I engraved your initials, and on the back, I put the title of one of your books, Days and Nights.
That's so sweet. This is a lovely present.
Just think of me sometimes.
I'll remember you. In that white dress that you wore last week on the sunny day, and we had that talk, and there was that white seagull under your hat.
Yeah, the seagull.
You must stay at home, yeah, for a bit of arrangement. We're gallivanting about
for 2 minutes
town.
before you go.
It's too much with your rheumatism. Who's that who just left the room? Nina?
Yes.
Ooh, can you ever forgive me? We interrupted you. I think we're all packed. I'm exhausted.
Days and Nights, page 121, lines 11 and 12. Do you have any of my books in the house?
Yes, in my brother's library in the corner cupboard.
Page 121.
Oh, you're leaving. shall be so bored here without you.
Why do you want to go to town? What is so special about town?
Nothing special at all. No, it's just they're putting down the cornerstone of the new courthouse in town. Anything to get me out of this house. Even for an hour or two. I feel like a stale cigarette. So I've ordered the carriage for 1 o'clock, and we can all go together.
No, you must stay home. You won't be bored. You need to take care of yourself, your health. And keep an eye on my boy. Make sure that he is safe and don't let him stray from the path. I'll never know why he shot himself. But I think the main reason is jealousy. And the sooner I get Trigorin out of here, the better.
No, there were, well, how do I put this? Other reasons. He's an intelligent young man. Living in the middle of nowhere, with no money, no job, no future. He's got nothing to do here. He's ashamed of that. And afraid of his future. I love him. He's pretty fond of me, too. No matter. He feels useless here, like he's sponging off me. It's a blow on his pride.
He's a constant thorn in my side. And if he can't find a job, join the army.
It seems to me the best thing would be for you to give him a little money. Well, he needs new clothes. Look at him. Look at him, still wearing that old coat. He doesn't even have an overcoat. And it wouldn't hurt him to go and sow some wild oats, travel abroad a bit. It wouldn't cost that much.
Well, I might be able to do the clothes, but a trip abroad is out of the question. I mean, I can't even afford the clothes. I don't have the money.
Oh, come on.
I don't.
All right. My apologies, dear. No, don't get upset now. You're a thoughtful and generous woman.
I really don't have any money.
Listen, I would give him some money if I had any, but I don't. Not even a penny. Shamrayev takes my entire pension, sinks it in the farm, in cows and bees. And that's the last I see of it. And then the bees die, the cows die, and he never lets me use the horses.
Of course I have some money. I'm an actress. What I need for my wardrobe is enough to bankrupt me.
You're a wonderful woman. I adore you. Well, you know that. Oh. I feel still a little funny. I feel a bit dizzy now and... Oh!
Help! He fainted!
I'm all right. It has passed.
Don't worry, Mama. He gets these sometimes. You should lie down on him.
Yes, I think I will for a minute. But I'm still going to town. But I'll lie down a little before I go.
Do you know this riddle? What walks on 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs in the afternoon, and 3 legs in the evening?
And on his back at night, yes, I can manage.
You don't have to be rude.
He's scared. Yes.
He should be living in town. You know, if you were generous, you lent him 1,000 rubles, he could spend the whole year in town.
I don't have any money. I'm an actress, not a banker.
Would you change my bandage, Mom? You're so gentle with it.
The doctor's late?
Yes, he said he'd be here at noon. Later than that.
Sit. You look like you're wearing a turban. You know, yesterday, a stranger in the kitchen wanted to know what nationality you are. Oh, your wound is almost healed. Oh. You won't, do anything foolish while I'm gone, will you?
No, I was completely out of my mind when I did that. I was totally out of control. It won't happen again. You have a magic touch. You know, long ago, when you were still acting as a state theater, this fight broke out one day in our building and a poor laundress was beaten, unconscious. You nursed her back to health. You gave her children a bath in the wash tub. Do you remember that?
No, not at all.
There were these 2 ballet dancers that lived in our building. They used to come over and drink coffee with you. They were very religious.
I remember them.
Oh, I love you these last few days like I did when I was a child, just tenderly, so tenderly. So, why are you with that man?
I don't understand him, Kostya. He is a man of great integrity.
Integrity? Where was his integrity when I challenged him to a duel? He's a coward. He's running away.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. He's leaving because I asked him.
Integrity. Here we are arguing about him. He's probably in the garden laughing his head off. More likely, he's with Nina telling her what a genius he is.
You enjoy being hurtful, don't you? You know, Konstantin, I have great respect for that man. Well, and I won't have you speaking ill of him
respect for him.
in my
I'm
company.
not going to say he's a genius, but he's not.
You are jealous. You know, people with no talent, pretentious people like you, love to insult the truly gifted.
He's not gifted. He's conventional and boring. You know, you've laid down the law that your way is the only way, that no other voice is to be heard. Well, you're wrong.
Raving of a sympathy.
Just go back to your precious theater and act in your moronic plays.
I have never been in anything moronic. You can't even act in a bad play. You leave my failure. Don't cry. Please don't cry. Please don't cry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Please, I'm so sorry. I'm such a terrible mother.
You know how awful this is for me that I can't write. She stopped loving me. All of my hopes have abandoned me.
You mustn't lose hope. This will pass. He's leaving today. She will love you again. Oh, don't cry. We friends again, right?
Yes, Mama.
And make up with Trigorin. Don't insist on a duel. I mean, surely you don't want to have a duel.
Oh, I don't need that. But you can't force me to see him, though. That I'm not going to do. And here he is. I have to go.
Days and Nights, page 121, lines 11 and 12. Here it is. If you should ever need my life, come take it.
The carriage will be here soon.
If you should ever need my life, come take it.
I hope you're all packed.
Yes, yes. It's so sad. So tender. It's the cry of an angel. If you should ever need my life, come take it. Let's stay one more day. Please, just one.
I know, dear, where you want to, but you're just a little bit intoxicated. You need to sober up.
You be sober too. Be reasonable. Be a friend. Be a true friend. You are capable of sacrifice. Be my friend. Let me go.
Are you that much in love?
She pulls me in with a force I cannot resist. I think this might be just what I need.
The love of a country girl? How little you know yourself!
When someone walks in their sleep, you think they're actually with you, and they're far away dreaming. As I stand here talking to you, I am dreaming of her. It is a sweet dream. Do not wake me. Let me stay in my dream.
I am a woman, an ordinary woman. You cannot say such things to me. That is so cruel, Boris. You're scared of me.
You could be an extraordinary woman if you chose to be. Only love can make us happy on this earth. The magical, lyrical, young love that sweeps away the sadness of the world. When I was young, I had no time for it. I was too busy writing. I was trying to secure a foothold on the literary slope. But now, at last, young love has come to me. It's calling to me. I can't just go away.
You have lost your mind!
Yes, and why not?
Is it conspiracy? You've all decided to torture me today.
She doesn't understand me. She refuses to understand me.
Am I so old and ugly that you can talk to me about another woman like this? Are you out of your mind? My handsome, my glorious friend. You are the final chapter of my life. You're my pride, my joy, the light of my life. If you left me, even for 1 hour, I should go mad. You're amazing. My marvel, my master.
Someone might come in.
Oh, let them. I'm not ashamed of my love. Oh, my treasure, my ruin. You want to do something? And I don't want you to. I won't let you. You are mine. You are mine. This noble brow is mine. These eyes are mine. The silky hair is mine. All that you are is mine. You are so clever, so wise. The greatest living writer. The sole hope of Russia. Your work it's fresh, it's simple, it's truly humorous. A single line is all that it takes for you to capture a landscape or a man. Your characters, they live and breathe. Do you think I'm flattering you? Do you? Do you think I'm lying? Look into my eyes, deep into my eyes. Do you see lies? No. What you see is that I am the only one who knows how to appreciate you. I'm the only one who will tell you the truth. Oh, my darling, will you go with me? Will you? You won't abandon me, will you?
I don't have a will of my own. I never did. I am too lazy. I'm too submissive. I don't have the energy. Do women actually find this attractive? Take me. Take me away. But don't ever let me out of your sight.
I've got him. Of course, you can stay if you really have to. I mean, I can go. You can join me in a week. There's no need for you to rush.
I just said I'm going with you.
If that's what you want, we'll go together. What are you writing?
An expression that I heard this morning. A stand of virgin pines. I think it may come in handy. So we're off once more on the train, yet again from station to station, condemned to that god-awful railroad food.
I regret to inform you that your carriage is waiting. The train departs at 2:05. Would you do me the kindness of finding out for me whatever happened to Zudaltsev? Is he still living, I wonder? Is he well? For a time that we were inseparable, he had a major triumph in a play called Branded. A tragedy named Ismailov was in it as well. There's no need to rush me now. You have 5 minutes at least. You know, Zudaltsev had the all-important curtain line for the end of the act. But instead of saying, fly, it's a trap, he said, try, it's a flap. A flap.
Here are some prunes for the journey. They're very sweet, but you may need a snack along the way.
So kind of you, Paulina. Thank you. Thank you.
Goodbye, dear. If things haven't been quite to your liking, please forgive us.
Oh, it's been wonderful, wonderful. Oh, you mustn't cry.
Our lives are ending.
What can you do?
Come on, sister. You must get to the station, otherwise you'll miss your train.
I shall be waiting for you in the carriage.
I'll meet you all at the station. I'm walking there. I'm fast.
Goodbye, dear people. We'll see you all next summer, if we live till then. Oh, here is a ruble. It's for all of you.
We're in abject misery until we hear from you.
Where's Konstantin? Tell him I'm leaving. I must say goodbye to him.
I forgot my notebook. I left it on the terrace, I think. It's you. We're off.
I made up my mind. There's no turning back. I'm leaving my father. I'm going on the stage. I'm going to Moscow, just like you. We could meet there.
Stay at the Slaviansky Bazaar. Send me word as soon as you get there. I'll be at the Grusholtsky house on Mochkanovka Street. I have to go right now.
Wait, just one more minute.
You are so beautiful. I'm so happy that I get to see you again and so soon. I get to see these gorgeous eyes again. This wonderful, tender smile. Face of an angel. My darling.
She ran away from home and moved in with Trigorin. She had a baby that died. Trigorin soon grew tired of her. Big surprise there. He returned to his former liaison. Actually, he'd never really left her. He was seeing both of them at the same time. She made her debut in Moscow. And then she went on to do a tour of the provinces. In those days, I followed her wherever she went. She was always doing huge parts. Her voice was either strident or monotonous, and her gestures were awkward and forced. One critic wrote, "She has a long way to go before she can even qualify as a bad actress." She could scream well on stage, and her death scenes were extraordinary. I saw all her performances, but she would never see me afterwards. I respected her feelings, and I stayed away. Since I've come home, though, she's written me letters. And she signs all of them Seagull. She's the Seagull.
Konstantin? Anybody here? No one. His uncle is always asking for him. He wants him nearby all the time.
He's afraid when he's alone. Another quiet night. Good day for this now.
The waves on the lake are huge.
Wow, it's really foggy out there. That old theater is still standing there. They ought to tear that down. Curtains flapping like a skeleton dancing in the wind. You know, last night when I was walking down there, I could have sworn I heard someone weeping.
The wind.
Masha, let's go home.
No, I'm staying here tonight.
Oh, come now, Masha. Let's go home. The baby will be hungry.
Never mind. Your mother will feed him.
It's not right. Third night without his mother.
You are so boring. You used to talk about other things. Now it's just the home and the baby, the home and the baby.
Masha, come home.
Go if you want to.
Your father won't lend me a horse.
Sure he will. Ask him.
All right, Masha, I'll ask him. But will you be home tomorrow?
Yes, tomorrow. Mother, what's all this?
Peter Nikolaevich wants to sleep in Konstantin's room tonight.
We'll make the bed.
Old people are like children.
Well, I'm off. Goodbye, Masha. Goodbye, Mother. Nice to see you, Kostya.
If you're going, go. God's sake. And then I just dreamed, Konstantin, that you'd become a real writer. And the magazines pay you a lot for your stories. And you've gotten handsome, too. Kostya, my dear, please be nice to my Masha.
Mother, leave him alone.
You kind looks every now and then. It's all a woman needs. I know, I've been there.
What are you doing? Leave him alone, I said. Now he's gone.
Just trying to help.
Well, you're not.
I can't stand seeing you like this. I know what's going on. I've been there. I understand.
Nothing is going on. Love like this only happens in stories. It's not that bad. Just have to tear it out by the roots, this love. They've offered my husband a job in a different district. Not being here will make it easier. What will really help is not having to see him all the time. Once we move to the new job, it'll only take a month or two for me to forget about him. Won't be that hard.
Now 6 mouths I have to feed, and flour is at 70 kopecks a pound.
A real quandary for you.
Oh, it's easy for you to poke fun. You've got money enough to burn.
I've been practicing medicine 30 years, during which time my soul was not my own for one single solitary second. I managed to put together 1,000 rubles, which I spent on one trip abroad. I had nothing.
You didn't go?
Where can I? They won't give me a horse.
Only you disappear.
Well, they made a lot of changes around here. Turned the parlor into a study.
Konstantin loves to work in here. He can go out into the garden whenever he likes.
Where is my sister?
Oh, she's gone to the train station to pick up Trigorin. She'll be back soon.
I must be in pretty bad shape if you had to send for my sister. Oh, can you believe this? If I'm so ill, why won't you give me any medication?
What would you like? Chamomile tea? Bicarbonate of soda, a little cough syrup?
Oh, God. Here it comes. The lecture. I've had an idea for Kostya, for a story called The Man Who Longed. L'homme qui voulait. When I was young, I longed to be a writer, never wrote a word. I longed to be a great orator. Well, my speech is abominable. I can never finish a sentence, you know. I longed to be married. Well, that didn't happen. And I longed to live in the city. And here I am. Finishing my days in the country.
Oh, we're keeping Konstantin from his work.
It's all right.
Oh.
Out of all the cities you visited on your travels, Doctor, which one was your favorite?
Genoa.
E perché Genoa?
Crowds in the streets? Oh, you leave your hotel in the evening and you're absorbed by the crowd. You're without purpose or meaning, the soul of the crowd seeps into you and you begin to believe in a one-world soul, like in Konstantin's play, which Nina Zarichnaya acted in. What happened to her? Where's she?
She's back in now.
What do you mean here?
In the village, at the inn. She's been here for 5 whole days. Masha tried to go see her, but she's refusing to see any of us. Someone said they saw her wandering on the pasture yesterday evening.
Yes, I saw her. She was walking toward the village. I told her to come visit us, and she said she would.
Well, she won't. Her father's disowned her, and he's got the watchmen guarding the estate, making sure she stays away. You know, it's so easy to make sense of in theory, but it's so difficult in real life.
What a beautiful girl she was.
What?
I said she was a beautiful girl. The state councilor was a little bit in love with her.
They're back from the station.
Yes, that's Mama's lab.
The rest of us grow old and gray, dear Madame, but you, with your style, your allure, your grace, have discovered the secret of eternal youth.
Flattery will get you nowhere. You are tedious and tiresome too, in the extreme.
How are you doing, sir? Not very well. That's not good.
Masha.
You recognized me
Did you marry your school teacher?
long ago.
Are you happy? Your mother tells me that you've forgotten the past and that you're not angry with me now.
Boris got this magazine for you. It has your latest story in it.
Oh, many thanks. Very kind.
Your many admirers send their regards. Everyone in Moscow and St. Petersburg is fascinated by you. You're like a man in the Iron Mask. You're a mystery.
Will you be staying long?
No. I'm going back to Moscow tomorrow morning. I have a new novel to turn in, and there's something for a magazine as well. Well, this weather's not very welcoming. What a wind! If it goes down by morning, I think I'll do a little fishing. You know, I'd also love to have a look at the garden in that spot where your play was done. I have an idea for a story. I just want to go over the locale again.
Papa, please give my husband a horse. He needs to go home.
Please give him a horse. You realize the horses have been to the station. I can't send them
Use
out
another one of the horses, you idiot.
I'm walking, Masha.
On foot in this weather. Come on, people. Who's playing?
It's only 6 miles. Well, okay, bye. I have to go. So I'm sorry if I bothered everybody. It's just the baby. You know.
It's not like he's a gent.
Bye.
Come on, there's time for just one game before supper.
Bye.
On these long autumn nights, we like to pass the time by having a game of lotto. And on the same set, Mother taught us to play when we were children. It's not very challenging.
I got him.
You playing Kostya?
No. No, thank you. I'm not in the mood.
As you like it.
All right. Conversation. 13.
You win.
Are we all in?
Do you know what?
Are we ready? 13.
I'm always talking about new forms, but what I'm writing now isn't new at all. The poster on the wall proclaimed a bloodless face in a frame of darkish hair. Proclaimed frame. Stupid. Started with the sound of the rain waking up our hero. And get rid of that next bit. Oh no, this description of this moonlit night is way too long. There's too many images. It's too written. Trigorin's got it all worked out. The neck of a broken bottle glittering on a bank. The shadows of the mill wheel black on the water, and I've got gleaming light and shimmering stars and the notes of a piano perfuming the far-off sky. It's worse than bad. I'm coming around to the conviction that good literature is not about new forms or old forms. It's that what's written should come from the heart. Who's there? I can't see anything. It's you. I knew you would come. All day long I've had this overpowering feeling that my darling, my love would come back to me. No tears, no tears.
62. 62.
It's here.
No,
Just lock the door, someone might come in.
11.
There's no lock on that door, but open the chair.
There's one thing I know.
Once your car is all blue, it's...
Don't be afraid. No one will come in.
I saw that such joy.
84.
Paulina.
Well, let me look at you. It's so nice and warm in here. This used to be the sitting room. Have I changed?
Yes, you're thinner.
Your eyes look larger. Nina, it is so odd seeing you. Why wouldn't you see me? Why didn't you come here sooner? You've been here for 5 whole days. I know because I've stood underneath your window like a beggar every day.
Well, I was afraid that you might hate me. You know that every night I have this dream where you see me, but you don't recognize who I am. I have been walking around the lake ever since I got back. I passed your house several times. I just, well, I never had the courage to go in. Could we sit down?
Yes.
Oh, sit. Just sit and have a conversation. You know, it is so nice and quiet here. I mean, woof. Do you hear that wind? You know, Turgenev says it. Happy man, the roof over his head, and a fire to keep him warm. You know, I am the seagull. No, I'm not. Sorry. Oh, God. What was I talking about? Yes. Turgenev. And God help the man
tears. No tears.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'll feel better. Do you know that I haven't cried in almost 2 years? You know, last night I went to go and see if our old theater was still standing, and it was. Oh, God, and I just wept. But then I felt a lot better, just lighter and clearer and see? No tears now. So you're a writer. And I'm an actress. Oh God, we're both of us just tumbling around in the whirlpools. Oh, I was so happy then, like a little child. I would just sing myself awake. I loved you. And I dreamed this thing. Well, look at me now. You know that tomorrow, at first light, I travel to Vallet. Third class. With the peasants. And then in Vallet, for the price of a comb, strange men from the audience will just feel like they're entitled to it. It's just such a horrible life.
What's in Vallet?
I've signed on for the winter. I should go.
Nina, I cursed you and I hated you and I tore up your photograph. But with every breath I take, I know I can't stop loving you. When you left and I began to write, I lost my youth. I lost myself. I feel like I'm 90 years old. Cry out your name. I kiss the ground that you walk on. Everywhere I look, I see your face. That smile that lit up the best years of my life.
Why is he saying this to me? Why?
I'm cold. I'm like a creature that hides in a cave. All of my writing is trite and dark and airless. Just stay with me, Nina. Or let me go with you. Where are you going? For God's sake.
My carriage is at the gate. No, don't help me. I can manage by myself. I just need some water.
Where are you going?
Back to the village. Is your mother here?
Yes, my uncle collapsed on Thursday and we sent a telegram for her to come.
Why did you say you were kissing her when I woke up? You should be wanting to kill me! I'm just so tired. I just need to rest, just to rest. You know, I am the seagull. No, I'm not. I am an actress. He is here too. Well, I don't care. You know that he never believed in the theater. He just laughed at all of my dreams until little by little I just stopped believing in them too. And I was just so upset about Will going bad and about the needs of my baby. And I see all my acting. Yeah. You know, I never knew what to do with my hands. I couldn't control my voice. Oh God, I was so stiff in my movements. I mean, you know what it's like to act in a play. And just to know that you are bad. Yeah, I am the seagull. And do you remember that seagull that you shot? A man appears one day and just, for lack of anything better to do, destroys it. It's an idea for a short story. Oh God, that's not what I wanted to say. What was I talking about? Oh yes, the stage. Yeah, see, I'm not like that anymore. I am different now because there is joy in my acting and I'm proud of it. It intoxicates me because I am so magnificent on stage. Kostya, ever since I got back, I've been walking and thinking, and I do know now, Kostya, that whether we act or write, it's not fame. It's not any of the things that I thought that it was. It is just the courage to go on. Yeah, see, I do believe in what I'm doing, and so I don't suffer as much. And when I think about my calling, then I am not afraid of life.
You have found the path. You know where it leads. But I don't believe in anything. I don't know what I'm doing or why. I don't know what my calling is.
When I'm a famous actress, come and see me. Just promise me that you will come.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, I'm so tired. I can hardly stand.
Well, don't go. I'll get you some supper.
No, that's okay. I can manage by myself. My carriage isn't far.
Call this premature.
H.
But hypothetically, if my home was home.
Yes, you were H.
Very special.
So she brought him back? Well, I don't care. Just don't tell Trigorin when you see him. I love him! I love him even more than I did before. I love him to despair. Oh, God, Kostya, do you remember how sweet and tender life used to be? Our hearts were just like two flowers opening. Oh, man and beasts and lions, eagles, whales, horned stags, spiders, visible to the eye. In short, life, all life, having completed its dreary cycle, has died out at last. 1,000 years have passed since the earth last held a living creature to her breast.
And the sad moon now lights her lamp in vain. No longer can be heard the cry of loons on water's edge, or the drone of beetles in the groves of limes.
Well, I hope nobody sees her in the garden. Mother would get very upset.
Can't seem to get this door open. It's like an obstacle course in here. Here we are.
Oh, Lashenka, darling, can you bring my tea? Thank you. I think we should put the brandy and a little sweet on brandy.
This is that stuffed seagull that I mentioned. You told me to have it done.
I don't remember doing that. Not at all.
Thank you, sweet baby.
What's that? I'm sure it's one of my medical bottles exploded. Nothing to worry about. One of my ether bottles exploded. Nothing to worry about.
Oh my God, my heart stopped. The noise made me think everything went black for
I've been reading this article from America. Incredibly interesting. I thought you might get Arena out of here. Konstantin just shot himself.